Hello, so dito ako natapos. Wait, there should be kilograms. Okay? Ayan, kilograms. So, delta TB is now equal to 2.80 degrees Celsius. Okay. So, this is your delta TB. So, ibig sabihin, ito yung change in the boiling point. Now, to find the boiling point of the solution, you have TB of solution is equal to the TB naught, or the boiling point of the pure solvent, plus the delta TB, equal to 100 degrees Celsius because this involves water, plus 2.80 degrees Celsius, equal to 102.80 degrees Celsius. So, this is your TB of solution. So, yun yung tinatanong, diba? So, TB of solution. Ay, entire naman yung box. Box lang dapat. Ayan. TB of solution. Okay. Sige, next. Next, let's talk about freezing point depression. So, ganun pa din, the freezing point of solution is different from the freezing point of the pure solvent. So, ibig sabihin, iba na yung sa water versus sa water with salt. Okay? This time, the freezing point of the solutions are lower, mas mababa, than the freezing point of the pure solvent. So, what do we mean by that? So, in terms of freezing point, so yung water, okay, yung H2O, versus yung H2O with NaCl. Okay? So, ito, kung nag-freeze siya at 0 degrees Celsius, dito mas mababa kasi this is solution. Okay? So, see for example, naglagay ka lang ng a little amount of salt. So, mag-freeze siya at 0.9 degrees Celsius. Mas mababa din sa 0 or negative 0.9 degrees Celsius. Okay? The more na dinadagdagan mo siya ng salt, the more na bumababa ang kanyang freezing point. Halimbawa, pwede siyang mag-freeze at below 10, okay, at negative 10 degrees Celsius. Okay? So, yun yung ibig sabihin niya. Kung titingnan nyo, same lang yung equation ni freezing point, depression, at ni boiling point, nagbago lang yung subscript. So, ayan. So, delta TF is the freezing point depression. Van Hoff factor, the molal, freezing point depression constant, and then the molality. And then, for the solution, okay, yung freezing point of the solution, it's now original minus the change or the delta TF. Okay? Subtract mo yung freezing point depression. Ito yung example. Ayan, nasa freezing point na tayo. Nilagyan mo siya ng sucrose, sugar. So, pag nilagyan mo siya ng sugar, 1 mole of sugar, negative 1.80 degrees Celsius. Pag dinamihan mo ng sugar, mas mababa yung freezing point niya. Okay? Kapag naglagay ka ng about 1 kilo of sugar, which is 1,027 grams, negative 5 degrees Celsius na yung freezing point niya. Ayan na yung point kung saan mag-freeze yung substance. Okay? Ganon din dito sa magnesium chloride, which is salt din naman. So, magnesium chloride, ito naman, this is magnesium chloride, so this is electrolyte. Electrolyte. Diba? So, ang Van Hoff factor nito ay 3, kasi MgCl2. Okay. So, tingnan mo, kapag naglagay ka ng 95 grams of magnesium chloride, negative 5 na siya. Kapag around 190 grams, negative 11, and then, so on. We also have here 280 grams, so negative 16 degrees Celsius siya. So, you can see naman dito, okay, na habang tumataas yung concentration, mas bumababa yung freezing point niya. Okay? Inversely proportional naman sila. The higher the concentration, the lower the freezing point. Okay, ano ba yung nangyayari? Bakit nagkakaroon ng freezing point depression? So, kapag may pure solvent ka, like water, ito yung mga molecules. So, kapag ito ay nag-release ng heat, yung mga molecule na to, ayan, they would be attracted towards each other. They form crystal. Diba? Pero kapag may mga solute, itong mga solute na to, imbis na mag-freeze na sila, magpo-form na sila ng crystal, nahaharangan. Okay? Yung salt hinders the water molecules from forming crystals. So, imbis na mabilis na silang mag-merge at magko-combine to solidify, it becomes difficult kasi may mga solute particles. Okay? Solute particles. Therefore, for it to crystallize, it needs more energy. Kaya mas bumababa yung freezing point. Okay, let's solve problem. Here, let's start with, what is the freezing point of a solution when 66.5 grams of water is mixed with 14.75 grams of electrolyte sodium nitrate? So, with this molar mass. Okay? So, identify mo ano yung solute, yung given. Sige, given, this one is obviously the solvent. So, mass of solvent equal to 66.5 kilograms. Grams. Pero mamaya, kailangan natin siya sa kilograms kasi solvent yan. Convert na natin. 0.0665 kilograms. Okay? And then, yung mass of solute. Yung mass of solute, grams naman natin need, so no need to convert. 14.75 grams of sodium nitrate. Molar mass of solute, 85.0 gram per mole. Okay. And then, meron tayo dito, yung water yung kailangan natin kuhaan ng molar boiling point. Molar freezing na pala tayo. Molar freezing point. Okay? So, ito yun. So, yung kanyang Kf is now equal to 1.86 degrees Celsius per molal. And then, the Van Hoff factor, is this electrolyte or non-electrolyte? O, electrolyte siya. So, yung sodium, this one, yung sodium nitrate natin, magbe-break into ions. So, that is sodium nitrate. Yung NO3, isang polyatomic ion yan. So, isa lang yung bilang dyan. So, yung Van Hoff factor natin ay 2. Okay? So, Van Hoff is 2. Galing siya sa sodium nitrate. Okay? So, you are asked to find the freezing point of the solution. So, for the equations, kailangan natin dito sa equation, require delta TF and TF of solution. TF solution. Okay? So, mag-start tayo sa delta TF. So, delta TF is equal to I Kf times M. Pero wala pa tayong molality. So, pwedeng ipasok nyo na dito yung molality or pwede nyo rin siyang i-compute separately. Okay? So, compute muna natin yung molality or kung nagmamadali kayo, pwedeng nyo muna siya, pwede nyo nang isama. So, molality is mole of solute over kilograms of solvent. So, yung mole natin, hindi pa siya moles. So, convert muna natin ito sa mole. So, magiging 14.75 grams multiplied by 1 mole over 85.0 grams. This is how I solve it para formal yung cancellation ng units. But basically, you divide 14.75 grams divided by 85. Okay? Over yung kilogram of solvent, 0.0665 kg. Okay? That becomes, molality is now equal to, you solve that is 0.1735 mole over 0.0665 kilograms. So, molality is now equal to 2.61 molal. So, dito, yung I natin is 2, yung KF natin is 1.86 degrees Celsius per molal. And then, yung molality natin ay 2.61 molal. Cancel yung molal. So, answer will be 9.71 degrees Celsius. That is your delta TF. Yung T solution, TF of solution, yan, dapat 0 minus, ayan, ano ba yung boiling, freezing point? 0 degrees Celsius minus 9.71 degrees Celsius. Ayan. So, minus that. So, that becomes negative, ayan, negative 9.71 degrees Celsius. So, yun yung sagot. Okay? Next. A 2 gram of unknown compound reduces the freezing point of 75 gram of benzene from 5.53 to 4.90 degrees Celsius. What is the molar mass? So, this time you are asked to find the molar mass. So, mag-add tayo ng page. Kasi mahaba yung solution. Okay. Okay, identify natin yung given. So, yung given, yeah. So, yung given natin are mass of solute equal to 2.00 grams. Mass of solvent, which is yung benzene, 75.00 grams. Equal to, convert natin sa kilogram kasi kailangan natin siyang kilogram, 75 kilograms. Okay? And then, you also have, this is a non-electrolyte, so the Van Hoff factor is equal to 1, non-electrolyte. And then, we have here, the KF of benzene is 5.12 degrees Celsius per molal. So, sabi, nung 2 grams of unknown compound reduces the freezing point of this benzene from 5.53 to this. So, originally, yung freezing point niya is 5.53. So, that is your TF naught, or original freezing point of the pure solvent. And then, nung nilagyan na siya ng unknown solution, yun yung TF of solution. It's now equal to 4.90 degrees Celsius. Okay? So, these are your given. We are asked to find, ang required natin, hinihingi ay ang molar mass of solute. What is the molar mass of the unknown compound, which is our solute? Okay? So, bago tayo makapunta dun sa molar mass, di ba pag molar mass, gram per mole? Ang mayroon lang tayo ay grams. Wala tayo nung moles. So, kailangan masolve muna natin yung amount of moles. So, ayan. So, what you can do is to extract muna yung equation. So, para makuha yung molar mass of solute, kailangan mo ng mass in grams over yung moles. Okay? In mole, para maging gram per mole siya. Meron ka na nito, wala ka nito. saan ka makakakuha ng moles of solute? Makukuha mo yan sa equation ng molality. Molality is equal to moles of solute over the kilograms of solvent. Diba? Meron ka nito, wala ka nitong molality. At ito to. Yan. So, yung molality naman, saan natin makukuha? Sa equation naman ni delta TF equal to I KFM. Ito yung molality. Diba? Wala naman tayong delta TF, hindi pa natin alam yung change. So, yung change, makukuha mo naman sa T of solution is equal to TF of solution. Freezing point of solution is equal to the TF naught minus the delta TF. So, dito tayo mag-start. Mula dito, pataas. Okay, let's begin. Here, kunin ko din to. Copy. Ayan, paste natin dito. Ayan yung ma-paste. Ayan. So, ayan. So, let's start with yung nasa ilalim. So, yung molar mass dito, ay yung delta TF yung kailangan natin. So, delta TF is now equal to, ta-transpose natin siya para maging positive, then ililipat natin yung sa solution. Okay? So, magiging delta TF is now equal to TF naught minus TF solution. Diba? So, ano yung TF naught natin? 5.53 degrees Celsius minus 5.53 minus 4.90 degrees Celsius. So, delta TF is now equal to 0.63 degrees Celsius. Gamitin natin to sa pag-solve ng molality gamit yung second equation. Delta TF equal to I KFM. Molality yung need natin, so divide both sides by IKF. IKF. Cancel. So, your molality is now equal to delta TF divided by 1/2 factor times KF. So, molality is now equal to delta TF natin 0.63 degrees Celsius. 1/2 factor is 1 because this is non-electrolyte. 5.12 degrees Celsius per molal. So, you get the reciprocal, makakancel yung degree Celsius. Molality is now equal to 0.1230. Molal. Okay? Molal. Yung molal natin, ang same unit nito ay 0.1230 mole per kilogram. Okay? Convert muna natin dito para later on makapag-cancel ng unit. After this, may molality na tayo. Kukunin natin yung mole of solute gamit yung equation ni molality. So, if molality, ayan, medyo malaki yung sulat ko. If molality is equal to mole of solute over the kilograms of solvent, kailangan natin itong numerator, so cross multiplication. So, your mole of solute is equal to molality over multiply by kilograms of solvent. Okay? So, molality natin, yung nakuha natin, that is 0.1230 mole over kilograms. And then, yung kilograms of solvent natin, and then sa given, ito siya, 0.075 kilograms. Multiply natin, 0.075 kg. Tama? cancel yung kilogram, matitira moles. So, yung moles natin is now equal to 0.009225 mole. Ayan, may mole ka na. Babalik ka na sa molar mass. So, si molar mass ay mass in grams over mole. Diba? Of solute. So, that will be, ilan ba yung mass niya dun sa problem? 2 grams. So, 2 grams of solute, 2.00 grams of solute over 0.009225 mole. So, ngayon, ano yung molar mass? Molar mass is 216.80 gram per mole. Okay, so ayan ang sagot. Oops, should be this. So, ayun, ganun nyo siya i-solve. Okay? Sige, next. Yung iba nasa canvas na yung sagot, so skip na natin o kaya practice nyo na lang yan. Now, let's talk about vapor pressure lowering. So, si vapor pressure lowering is the third colligative properties. Ang sabi naman dito, the vapor pressure of the pure solvent is greater than the vapor pressure of the solution containing non-volatile liquid. Ibig sabihin naman, pagdating sa vapor pressure, may example ko, H2O versus H2O plus NaCl, halimbawa. Okay, may asin. Yung vapor pressure nito mas mataas kaysa dito. Okay? So, ayan, mas mababa naman yung vapor pressure niya. Ibig sabihin, mas mabilis mag-e-evaporate si water kaysa dun sa water na may asin. Okay? Mas matagal to mag-e-evaporate. Kasi nga, if you can remember, ayan, may sulat na siya, pero here, si pure solvent, pag sinabi natin vapor pressure, it's the escaping of the gas particle. So, dito, mas makakapag-escape din agad sila. Pero, dito sa solution, na may solute na nahaharangan, nahihinder niya yung particle in escaping into gas. And remember na kapag meron tayong electrolytes, nahahati pa yon, nagdi-dissociate siya into ions. So, dahil may mga ions doon, then mag-i-interact siya sa water natin na dipole-dipole. Pagkakaroon na ng ion dipole, mas stronger na yung IMF nila. So, pag mas stronger na yung IMF nila, mas mahirap silang mag-break. So, for vapor pressure, again, the vapor pressure of the pure solvent is higher than the solution. Okay? So, we follow the Raoult's law here. So, the P of solution is equal to the X or the mole fraction. Mole fraction. Hindi na molality, mole fraction ang ginagamit natin. Mole fraction of solvent multiplied by the pressure of the solvent or vapor pressure of the solvent. Pero kung ang hinahanap mo ay delta P, solute naman yung ginagamit mo. Okay? Van Hoff factor multiplied by the X solute times the vapor pressure of the pure solvent. Okay? So, ayan. Huwag kakalimutan. So, si vapor pressure lowering, if you want to see yung change in the vapor pressure, so, pwedeng X solute multiplied by the pressure of the pure solvent, pwede rin ito. Okay? Para consistent ka dun sa paggamit ng X solvent. Mole fraction. So, di ba pag may mole fraction, yung mga mole fractions na yun, laging equal to 1. So, same lang din. Ito, pag nakuha mo na yung sa solvent, halimbawa, ang nakuha mo sa solvent, 0.7. Minus 1. O, minus 1 mo lang yun. Ito na yung X solute. Ganun siya. Baliktad to, dapat 1 minus X solvent. Ayan. solvent. So, halimbawa, 0.7, yung egg solvent, ito, 0.3. Parang ganun. Laging minus 1 lang sila. Anyway, you can just use this. Ano yung gagamitin ng equation? Kasi madali naman yung sa mole fraction eh. Tandaan na ang mole fraction, x of A is equal to mole of A over mole of A plus mole of B. Where A is, for example, pwedeng solute. Kung solute to, solute din to. Ganun siya. So, para ma-solve mo yung vapor pressure lowering, delta B, kung change in vapor pressure, you have the Van Hoff factor, x solute, multiply by the vapor pressure of the pure solvent. Pag naman yung P of solution, ang gagamitin mo na, walang Van Hoff factor, pero x solvent, multiply by P naught of solvent. Okay? So, basta ito siya. And then, yung x mo, ito ulit yung pag-solve ng mole fraction. Ayan. Ano ba yung nangyayari dun sa vapor pressure? Ayan. Sa presence nung solute particle, although na nahihinder niya naman yung mga solvent particles na mag-evaporate. So, ayan. Nahaharangan niya. So, let's solve. So, the vapor pressure lowering, calculate the vapor pressure of solution. Okay, yung vapor pressure of solution yung hinahanap. So, gagamitin natin yung isang equation. Made by dissolving 5 grams of 500 grams of water, 50 glucose in 500 grams of water. Okay. The vapor pressure of the pure solvent at 37 degrees Celsius is 47.1. So, ano naman yung kanyang vapor pressure. So, let's start with the given. So, for the given, 4. Ayan. For the given, we have here the mass of solute. Mass of solute, which is yung glucose, ayan, is equal to 50 grams. And then the mass of solvent is 180 grams. Yung molar mass nila, gagamitin natin to convert this to mole. Sige, sulatin natin yung molar mass. Pero okay lang din kahit sa equation na. Molar mass of glucose or solute is equal to 180 gram per mole. Yung mass ng solvent natin pala ay 500, hindi pala 180. 500 grams. And then yung molar mass ni water ay mass of water ay 18 gram per mole. Then, yung vapor pressure of the pure solvent, so B solvent is equal to 47.1 torr at 37 degrees Celsius. So, ibig sabihin, ang hinahanap natin, still at 37 degrees Celsius. Okay, so you have your P solution is equal to the mole fraction of solvent multiplied by P of solvent. Okay? So, para makuha mo yung sa mole fraction ni solvent, kailangan ma-convert mo muna yung glucose at saka yung solute sa glucose na 50 grams, multiply mo sa 180 gram, then mole, convert natin sa mole, and then yung water then, H2O. 500 grams multiplied by 1 mole over 18 grams. So, ano yung magiging sagot? Dito, move natin dito. Ilan siya? This one gives you 0.28 mole. Okay? Then, this one is 27.78 mole. Okay, to substitute natin dito. So, para makuha si mole solvent, so dapat mole solvent over mole solute plus mole solvent. Okay, ito yung mole fraction multiplied by P naught solvent. Equal to, substitute natin, so that becomes 0.28 mole plus 27.78 mole. 27.78 mole. Multiply by the pressure. Ano yung pressure? 47.1 torr. Okay, cancel yung mole. So, matitira na P solution is equal to 46.63 torr. Okay, so ayan siya. Box. Now, sa unit ng pressure, hindi naman, for vapor pressure lowering, hindi naman required na naka ATM, mmHg, ganyan. Kasi kapag nag-unit analysis ka or dimensional analysis, torr naman yung lalabas. Minsan lang, kina-convert natin siya kapag magkaiba yung unit o kaya nire-require na ATM. Okay? Pero para mas madali mo makita yung change, you use same unit. Halimbawa, this one is in torr. Ito dapat torr din. So, ayan, expected lowering. Bumaba yung vapor pressure niya. Okay, so gano'n. Pag bumaba yung vapor pressure, ibig sabihin, mas matagal na siyang mag-e-evaporate. So, ngayon, ito na yung kailangan na pressure para siya mag-evaporate. Okay, next. Ayan, next tayo. Another example. I think this one is on Canva. So, kaya rin na yan sagutan. Sagutan niyo siya. Next is osmotic pressure. Pag sinabi natin osmotic pressure, ayan, sa biology, di ba pinag-aaralan niyo yung osmosis. So, osmosis is the movement of the particle from a lower concentration to a higher concentration. So, yung mga particles, mas prefer nila na pumunta dun sa higher concentration. Okay? So, pupunta sila doon. Through semi-permeable membrane. So, pag sinabi natin semi-permeable membrane, meron lang mga small holes or openings enough for the solvent particle to move. And yung pressure na kailangan dito para makapag-move sila, yun yung tinatawag na osmotic pressure. Ang binibigay ko nga ng example is yung sa bintana. Halimbawa sa bintana, gusto mong pumasok yung hangin pero ayaw mong pumasok yung mga insects like flies, o kaya mga lamok, ganyan. So, yung mga mosquito. Diba, gagamit ka ng maliliit na mga butas ng mga net or yung mga mesh. So, parang ganun yun sa osmotic pressure. Makakapasok yung mga solvent particle through that small opening. But this time, kapag binago mo yung solution, may mga humaharang na particles doon. So, pakita natin. Ito, halimbawa, this is your semi-permeable membrane. So, dito, magpapass through yung mga solute particles. Pero kapag meron kang solvent particles rather, kapag may mga solute particles dito, kailangan niya ng greater pressure para makapag-move yung solvent particles dun sa semi-permeable membrane. Okay? So, that is what we call the osmotic pressure. And how do we compute for that? So, the symbol for osmotic pressure is pi. Hindi ito yung pi nung sa circle ha. Symbol lang yan. Osmotic pressure is equal to the Van Hoff factor multiplied by the capital M. So, this time it's molarity Multiply by the R or the gas constant. Ito. And the temperature in Kelvin. So, wag kakalimutan na yung temperature ay dapat naka-Kelvin. Okay? Kasi yung unit nito ay, ng R is liter ATM per mole Kelvin. So, required na yung pressure ATM, yung volume liters, yung moles, and then Kelvin. Okay? So, paano ba kinocompute yung molarity? So, molarity is moles of solute over the liters of solution. Okay? So, yan. Ganyan siya i-compute. O, paano naman mag-convert ng temperature to Kelvin? Minus or plus para plus 273 Kelvin. Okay. Next. Ito nga, yung movement ng particle from less concentrated, okay, to higher concentration. Ayan. Mas gusto nila dun. Ayan, what happens to the cell? So, sa cell, this is an example of a semi-permeable membrane, yung cell membranes, diba? So, what happens? Kapag meron tayong isotonic solution, so, ibig sabihin, same lang yung concentration. So, ano mangyayari sa, sa particle? So, wala lang, unchanged lang yon. Okay? Pag hypotonic solution naman, magsuswell yung, ayan, nagsuswell yung ating cell. And then, hypertonic solution, nag-shrink naman siya. Okay? So, osmotic pressure. Calculate the molarity of sugar solution in water of 300 Kelvin with osmotic pressure of 3 atm. So, ayan. Diretso na natin sa solving. Sige na nga. Lagay natin given. Given. Molarity yung hinahanap. So, this one is osmotic pressure. That's your pi. Pi is equal to 3.0 atm. Then we have the temperature of water, T equal to 300 Kelvin. May constant tayo. Van Hoff factor natin is sugar, so 1. And then R is equal to 0.0821 liter ATM per mole Kelvin. So, yung molarity from pi is equal to IMRT. So, divide both sides by I, RT. So, capital M or molarity is now equal to the osmotic pressure divided by IRT. IRT. So, that is 3.0 atm over 1. Then, R is 0.0821 liter atm mole Kelvin. Multiplied by the temperature is 300 Kelvin. So, ano magiging sagot? Ayan. Answer, molarity is now equal to 0.122. Ang magiging unit, cancel yung Kelvin. Yung mole, ATM cancel. And then, ang matitira is mole per liter. Or simply, M is equal to 0.122 molar. Okay? So, paano na-cancel yung unit? Pakita ko yun sa dimensional analysis. You have here ATM divided by liter ATM per mole Kelvin multiplied by Kelvin, di ba? So, you get the reciprocal of the denominator. Tapos, mag-proceed sa multiplication. So, ang mangyayari, ATM multiplied by yung mole Kelvin, mapupunta sa taas. Yung liter ATM, and then yung Kelvin, nasa baba. Cancel yung Kelvin, cancel yung ATM. Mole per liter is also molar. Okay? Ayan siya. Okay, next is this. So 15 grams of sucrose was dissolved in 125 ml solution. What is the osmotic pressure of the solution? Ayan. So, you have your mass of the sucrose. So, mass of sucrose is equal to 15.0 grams. And then, we have the molar mass again. Molar mass of sucrose is 342.34 gram per mole. Volume of solution is 125 ml. Diba kailangan natin siya liters of solution? Convert na natin into liters. 1 to 5 liters. Then, yung temperature is 30 degrees Celsius. Kailangan naka-Kelvin. So, plus 273, 303 Kelvin. R is equal to 0.0821 liter ATM mole Kelvin. And then Van Hoff factor is equal to 1 kasi non-electrolyte. So we are asked to find osmotic pressure. So for the equation and solution, pi is equal to IMRT. Wala pa tayong molarity. Pwede naman na diretso na isolve yung molarity. Pwede ring separately. So, solve muna natin yung molarity. Molarity. Capital M is equal to mole of solute over liters of solution. So, that is equal to, yung mole of solute, wala pa tayong mole. So, 15 grams multiplied by 1 mole over 342.34 grams. Cancel yung grams, matitira yung moles. And then liters of solution, 0.125 liters. So, molarity is equal to, pwede nyo isolve muna yung 0.0438 mole per 0.125 liters. So, molarity is equal to 0.35 mole, mole per liter. Ito yung molarity. So, substitute natin. I is 1. Molarity is 0.35 mole per liter. R, usog natin to. Ano yung R? R is 0.0821 liter ATM per mole Kelvin. Temperature natin is 303 Kelvin. Cancel yung unit. Kelvin, isa sa numerator. Mole, cancel. Liter, cancel. ATM yung unit. So, pi is now equal to 8.71 ATM. Ayan. Okay? So, ayun siya. Okay, I think this one is in your canvas. So, yan. Tandaan yung colligative property. Sa canvas, makikita nyo dalawa yung set ng equation. Electrolyte and non-electrolyte. But I suggest always use yung may electrolyte. At tandaan na kapag non-electrolyte, 1 yung kanyang I. Kapag naman electrolyte, compute for the I or count I. Okay? Summary. So, colligative properties again depends on the number of solute particles and not on their nature. Okay? So, nakadepende siya. The more solute, the more changes yung colligative properties. Electrolytes are compounds that dissociate when they dissolve. So, they break down. Ito yung magdetermine ng Van Hoff factor. Freezing point and boiling point are using molality. Okay? Tapos naman, kapag vapor pressure, mole fraction. Kapag osmotic mole fraction, yung concentration unit. Kapag osmotic pressure, molarity. Ayan. Ano yung mga applications ng colligative properties? Yun nga, one is sa ice cream making, di ba? Nilalagyan nila ng salt. Yung yellow, parang surrounding ice cream nito, bumaba yung freezing point. So, mas malamig. Okay? And then, mas mabilis siya makakapag-freeze nung ice cream. Sa boiling point elevation, nilalagyan natin ng salt yung tubig para mas matagal maluto yung pagkain kasi tataas yung boiling point. Food preservation, and then salting, yung mga road sa winter, and then yung mga anti-freeze sa ating automobile para hindi nga nag-freeze yung sa engine. Okay, so that's it. I hope you try answering this. Ayan, may mga sagot naman. Pero, yan. You try this so that you will be prepared for that quiz. That's it. Thank you.